Welcome yogis to the Modern Yogi YouTube channel. We are going to go for crown chakra today. It's going to be slow, it's going to be restorative with hints of yin in it. So if you would, grab a bunch of your pillows. Let's talk about the crown chakra just a little bit. The element associated with this chakra is space, and the color associated is purple. So you know how each of them have a color. Now, when you have a well-balanced crown chakra, you know thyself quite well. You've spent time with yourself, maybe in deep meditation, or you don't need to be constantly on a device. You can just kind of hang with yourself. So you have a deep sense of knowing who you are, but you also have this deep sense of knowing the lens with which you see the world. So all of our experiences that have led up to this moment affects the way we go about our days. One with a very balanced crown chakra is well aware of this. There's a wisdom that comes with this. There's this deep inner peace that comes with this, even during turbulent times. So those are some interesting things. You also feel a sense of connection, a big sense of connection with other people, with your environment, with things around you, because you can see the divine in the smallest little critter. Now, if you have more of an excessive crown chakra, you kind of let your ego run the show. Your ego makes the decisions. This like, I can do it, puff up the chest thing, I'm going to do that, kind of runs the show there. So that's something to kind of think about. You have a feeling of disconnection from the body, and you also may lack compassion. So maybe you know someone like this. If you have more of a blocked crown chakra, you may find yourself shopping a lot and you're pretty material. You always are looking to see what people have or what they're wearing or what they're driving, and you want it. Now, also, if you're a little bit blocked, you may have a morbid view on the afterlife, and you may be forced into a spiritual system that you don't quite believe, or a religion that you don't quite jive with, but you just do it anyway. So those are some things to think about for today's flow. So if you fall under any of those categories, we're working today on balancing this crown chakra today. Okay, so what we're going to do is, like I said, there's going to be a little bit of yin in this. There's going to be a lot of restorative, so very gentle practices today. Lots of stretching, not a lot of muscle engagement. So very peaceful practice. I'm going to be leading you through a meditation throughout this practice. Feel free to tune me out and just stretch it out and be with yourself. Or if you feel like your mind is everywhere, jump in onto this meditation that I'm going to offer you. It's your choice of whether you want to do it or not. Grab your pillows, and if you'd like music to go along with this, go ahead and press play on that Spotify playlist that I offered in the description of this YouTube channel or YouTube video. All right, let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay on the biggest pillow we have. Now, if we have a bunch of little pillows, that's totally fine if you would like to bring them together. So I'm going to use my big pillow. I'm going to set these pillows off to the side. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you all of the postures, but I'm not going to hold them so I can sit up and project my voice. But I'm going to show you how to get in and out of them. All right, so what you're going to do is come back up your booty to your biggest pillow or your pillow train, and you're going to lay back. Plant your feet behind your glutes. Glutes are your butt. And if you feel like your neck is kind of hanging back and you don't like that, snag another pillow and prop your head up. What we're going to do next is take our arms out to a T, and we're going to bend at the elbows, cactusing the arms. Our eyes are going to close here. Feel free to itch if you need to, adjust any pillows or anything before we come into more of a stillness. Either, again, closing the eyes or looking up at the ceiling with a soft gaze. From here, maybe getting in touch with your breath. Deepening your breaths here. Maybe noticing the contacts that you have with the ground, such as your feet firmly on the ground. Maybe some part of your glutes or your butt on the ground. Maybe with your cactus arms, you're experiencing an opening of the shoulders and chest area. And if you can, bring that awareness to the crown of the head, the very top. Our wisdom and our peace. That's here. Deepen your breath a little bit more. We're going to go with ratio breathing. We're going to inhale for 3 seconds. We're going to exhale for 4. So let's all get on the same page. Let's all inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. Return to normal breathing. If you need to adjust, feel free to do that. And then again, maybe closing the eyes here. If you're getting a little bit of monkey mind, where your mind's bouncing around here, why don't I try to focus you by taking you on a journey? I'm going to take you on a journey. You may have done this with me before, but we're going to go a little deeper today. With your eyes closed, imagine that there's a path in front of you. The path can look however you want it to look. But before you walk on your path, you're going to take off your shoes, even though you don't really want to. So you crouch down. You either slide off your sandals or start to unlace your shoes. You set your footwear over to the right. And you take a step out with your left foot. The ground feels okay. And so your right foot follows. And you start to walk down your path. What do you see on your path? What time of day is it? What do you hear on your path? Is there a smell? You keep walking, feeling the crunch of the ground underneath you, underneath those feet. Continuing to walk down your path. From here, start to deepen your breath. And draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. And if you can trust me to guide you with your eyes closed, plant your feet back down towards the ground. Arms by your sides, palms down. And what you're going to do is shift over to the right and pull your pillows down just slightly and roll back onto your pillow. So your pillow is kind of underneath your tush now. And maybe you still have another pillow underneath your head. Extend your right leg out. If this feels comfortable, stay here. If you'd like, draw that left knee in towards your chest, maybe wrapping your arms around this shin, drawing the knee even closer to your chest. If there's any discomfort here, you can always bend the right leg and bring that foot behind the glute again. We're returning to our path. As we walk down our path, we notice that there's a field of tall grass and flowers in front of us. It's about 10 steps in front of us. And we walk towards it with a slow, steady pace. Again, feeling the ground underneath our feet as we exit our path and come into the field. Maybe you outstretch your arms and feel the tall grasses along your hands and fingers. Or maybe you just keep your arms by your side. You look up at the sky. And you continue to walk more towards the left in your field. Deepen your breath. From here, keeping your gaze soft and eyes closed, release the left shin and straighten the left leg out. Draw your right knee in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your shin, and draw that right knee in towards your chest. Your left leg can just kind of flop open. Deepen your breath once more, returning to your field of tall grass and some flowers, purple flowers. The last time we left was when we were looking up towards the sky. And then we look more towards the end of the field and we start to notice that there's a body of water. With our slow, steady pace, we start to make our way towards this body of water. Maybe you notice the ground starts to change beneath your feet because you're about to enter a space out of the field and towards the water. Before you leave your field, you notice this beautiful body of water. And it's nature just putting on a show just for you. You're going to go into the water now. So you look over to the right and you see a bench. And you remove any garments that you wish. And you make your way towards the body of water. You stop at the water's edge and feel the temperature of the water against your toes and feet and ankles. It feels safe. It feels warm. Start to deepen your breath here. From here, release your right shin. And bring both feet again behind your glutes. If you would, remove the pillow from underneath you. If you'd like to keep the pillow underneath your head, feel free to do that. And bring your pillow over to the right next to you. From here, you're going to shift your hips over to the left and rock your knees over to the right. Bring your right hand on top of that right thigh. And maybe look over your left shoulder or just reach with your left hand. Get comfortable in this posture as much as you can. And maybe close your eyes again once more. Feeling an opening on the left side. Start to deepen your breath here. Come back to your body of water. Come back to being at the water's edge, feeling the water lap against your ankles. And then you decide to walk further in and jump in after holding your breath and dunk your head under. The water is refreshing and you can feel the water against your face, maybe running through your hair. You surface here, take an inhale, and you decide to float in your body of water, feeling the vast sky above you. You take another deep breath. You dive underneath the water. You surface for the second time, feeling the cool, but a little bit warm too, water dripping down your face. You decide to dive underneath the water for the third time. So you take an inhale and dive underneath, feeling the weightlessness of the water. You move your hands in such a way where you surface again, and you walk towards the water's edge or swim. You get out of the water and walk to your bench and decide to dry off a little bit before you put on the rest of your clothing. So you sit on the bench and look out onto your body of water. Start to deepen your breath. Bring your knees back to center. Bring your pillow over to the left side. Both arms on each side. Shift your hips over to the right, allowing your knees to fall left. Reaching out with your right arm, feeling a nice openness on the right side. Deepen your breath here. You return to the bench. You're starting to dry off now, and you put your clothes back on when you notice that something's coming towards you on the right. So you turn your head over to the right and can see something is coming towards you. It's a familiar sight. You know this thing. It's a being of some sort, whether it's a person or a pet. It's the person that you really want to see right now. The person you need to see right now. Slowly walking towards you. This being joins you on the bench, and there's a familiarity there. Greetings are muttered, but this being is here to tell you exactly what you need to hear right now. What is that? time to go. You don't want to leave, but it is time, so you say your goodbyes. And you hop off the bench, putting your back towards the water, heading straight back towards your field. You notice in your field that off to the left, there's a building, a structure. And off to the right is your path, just beyond the field. So you decide to go left towards the structure, walking slow-paced, arms outstretched, maybe feeling the moon or the sun on your chest and forehead, in the field of purple flowers as you walk towards your temple. The temple looks exactly as if you designed it yourself. It is your temple. As you walk closer to it, you start to pick up on even more details of your temple. And before you leave your field to walk to your temple, you pause. Deepen your breath here. Bring your knees back to center. Roll over to your right side in fetal posture. And then press yourself up nice and slowly with your hands. We're going to come into Balasana, child's pose. So stack up your pillows where your pillows start at your knees. And then you'll walk yourself forward. Now I've noticed if I bury my nose into a pillow, I kind of feel claustrophobic. So maybe you need to push your pillow down and bring your third eye down towards the ground. If your shoulders feel tight today, reach back, grab a hold of your heels, and then bow the third eye down. If you have any sensitivities in the knees and this hurts to bend, you can take a pillow and bring it behind your knees and take your child's pose this way. Staying in your child's pose here, start to deepen your breath. Come back to your field. Come back to that temple, your temple. Again, this temple looks exactly like something that you would have designed. You start to walk up the stairs to your temple if they have any. You reach for the door handle and open the door and step in towards your temple. You're inside now, and you look around and you take in, it's exactly your style. Just like the outside, you designed this temple. What does it look like? Take it all in. You feel at peace here. From here, start to deepen your breath. And press yourself up to tabletop pose, all fours. Then come down to a seated position and take your legs out wide. If you have tight hamstrings like me, perhaps you need to bend the knees or stick a pillow underneath both of your knees. Whatever you got to do. And bring another pillow, if you have it, on your right leg. I have to kind of scrunch mine up a little bit so it doesn't kind of suffocate me like child's pose does. Take your chest squared off to your right foot and start to bow down. Maybe if your knees are bent like me, you feel this in the lower back, the quadratus lumborum. Maybe if your legs are more straight, you feel it in the hamstring. Excuse me. From here, go ahead and close your eyes. Returning to your temple. You're inside now. Looking around, taking it all in. The being that you saw on the bench near the body of water enters in another door. And you're happy and pleased. This being says it's time to go now. Even though you don't want to, you know it's true. So you turn on your heels and walk towards the door you entered, reaching for the handle, opening the door, and closing it behind you. From here you look off to the right and you see the field and the body of water. Then you look off to the left and see the field and your path. A slight smile comes to your face. From here, start to deepen your breath. And if you can, with the eyes closed, go ahead and sit up. And bring the pillow to the left leg, squaring your shoulders off to the left leg and folding over the left leg, bowing the head down. Deepening your breath here. From here, come back to your temple and you're outside staring out on the field, looking right towards the body of water and left towards your path. You start to walk down the stairs and you take a left towards the field of tall grasses and green and purple flowers. It's a little bit later in the day or evening. And you walk slowly towards your path. Arms outstretched, maybe feeling the soft grasses against your fingertips. Deepen your breath. Press yourself up. And then stack your pillows like you did at the beginning of class, where you have one that you can lay on in between your shoulder blades. But actually bring your other two, if you have them. If you don't, not a big deal, to the side near your knees. And come to lay on your back here. An option here is to bend at the knees and plant the feet behind the glutes. Or if you'd like, you can bring the soles of the feet together and open up the legs. Now, if this is too much, slide your pillows underneath your knees to prop them up a little bit more. Your hands can be, or your arms can be in cactus, or your hands can come to your belly. It is your choice. Allow the eyes to close and your breath to deepen. As you are leaving your field, you're walking back onto your path. Again, it's later in the day now, and you feel the ground underneath your feet. Noticing how your path has changed with this time of day or night. You continue to walk this nice, slow pace, just taking in all the sounds of your path. Maybe the smells and the sight. As you hear the earth crunch underneath your feet. From here, about 10 steps in front of you, you notice your shoes. Just waiting for you. You slowly walk towards your shoes. You crouch down and wipe your feet off and slide your shoes on. Leaving your path, your field, your body of water behind you as you walk into your life. An option is to end your practice right here as you are. If you'd like, you can press yourself up to a seated position, but keep your gaze low and down towards the ground. Maybe resting your hands in your lap or your hands at heart center. Reflecting back on this journey you went on. If you'd like, keep your hands and arms exactly where they're at, or bring your thumbs to your third eye, representing compassionate thoughts. If you'd like, bring your thumbs to your lips, representing compassionate actions. Then your thumbs at heart center, representing compassion. I'm sorry about that. Thumbs to your lips, representing compassionate speech. And then your thumbs to heart center, representing compassionate actions. If you're sitting up tall, you can bow slightly, bow into this inner teacher within you, your intuition. That deep-seated soul that you have. May your day or evening be peaceful. Namaste. Feel free to stay here as long as you need. That meditation was from my Reiki teacher, Erica Monroe. I'll see you next week.